Ravens Wrap is sponsored by Bud Light, jctickets.net, Geico Insurance, Dunaway Furniture, Ocean City Golf Club, RussellStreetReport.com, Comfort Inn Gold Coast, Holiday Inn Express, the original Green Turtle, hosted by the Blue Ox Bar and Grill.
And welcome into a brand new season of the original Green Turtles Ravens Wrap Show on Comcast Resorts and Residence Channel and Delmarva's Rock Radio and the strongest Ravens affiliate on Delmarva, 93.5 The Beach. We are broadcasting from the Blue Ox Bar and Grill in the Ravens Room, 127th Street in Ocean City with Ravens fans across Delmarva and, of course, Ravens Roost 44. Give yourselves a hand, guys. Coming up, we're going to recap the Super Bowl 47 run that gave the team its second Lombardi Trophy. We'll also talk about the offseason that saw the most personnel changeover of any Super Bowl winner. And, of course, we'll preview the upcoming game on Thursday, September the 5th against the Denver Broncos. Hey, this show would not be possible without very fine sponsors. Of course, the original Green Turtle, the Blue Ox Bar and Grill, our friends at Bud Light, Comfort Inn Gold Coast, Geico, the Ocean City Golf Club, jctickets.net, RussellStreetReport.com, and our new sponsor, Dunaway Furniture, which has presented us with this beautiful new set. You win a Super Bowl, look what you get, everybody. This is great. How about a hand for Dunaway Furniture? That's right. Located there, 130th Street and Coastal Highway in Ocean City. Their phone number, 410-250-5100. I know I need some furniture coming up this fall and winter. They're going to be the folks I'm going to see right down the street from me. I'm Mike Bradley from 105.7 The Fan of Baltimore, locally from 92.7 WGMD. To my left, he's the editor-in-chief of the RussellStreetReport.com, voted Baltimore's best, 5 years now, Mr. Lombardi?
Something like that.
Something like that. Tony Lombardi back, folks, and a hand for Tony.
Thanks.
OC local business entrepreneur at D3 Corp and former Lehigh College player John Gehrig back with us. John, welcome back, sir. And last but certainly not least, former Baltimore Colt, all-pro safety, 14 seasons. Do I have that right? There we go. I finally got it right after 6 years of doing this show.
It's
Bruce
about
Laird,
time.
folks. Bruce Laird.
He caught it.
Oh, man.
I caught it. Yeah.
How about this? How cool is this? Look at this set. This is unbelievable.
Papo and John have just, are they unbelievable? Look at this.
I didn't get the memo, though.
Wait a
step
second,
up.
Tony, so many years ago, we had a rickety table. You spilled your cocktail. I mean, it was terrible. Now look at us, a Super Bowl win, and we're uptown, Papo.
Yeah, man. This is great. This is absolutely great.
I feel like
What's going to happen if we win next year?
I feel like we need Barbara Walters or whatever.
Something like
Like
that.
The View here.
The View.
The View.
I just hope we don't fall asleep in these comfy chairs. That's the thing.
That's
but-
up to you, Mike.
Yeah, all right. I'll make sure to keep everybody awake. So, well, there's no question. I mean, folks, this is my 6th year doing the show. Tony, I know you've done it for 7 or 8 years. John, you've done it a long time. Bruce, you've done it a
John
ton
and I,
as well.
whatever
14
we've been.
seasons.
Yeah, well, almost 14. This is like the 10th or 11th season of the Ravens Wrap Show. But, you know, over the last 5 years, up until this past 5th season, we've gotten so close. And you go back to 2011, that AFC Championship game against the New England Patriots, the swipe of the Lee Evans catch. You get so close. And we talked last year, guys, about the fact that this organization has way too good to not in the last 10 years have won a second Super Bowl, especially with the likes of a Ray Lewis and an Ed Reed. But, folks, Tony, we finally brought it home, and it's good to see that we took care of business. And this organization, adding a second trophy in 17 years, quite an accomplishment.
It really is a great accomplishment. When you think about when Steve Bisciotti visits us down here, he always talked about keeping that window of opportunity open. And I think under the John Harbaugh era, or in the John Harbaugh era, they've done exactly that. You know, 5 years in a row in the playoffs, knocked on the door a few times. How many teams can say they've been in the AFC Championship 3 times in the last 5 years? They finally broke through. And I think we learned something, too, from the 2012 season. It's not what you do so much during the season. It's you have to get a ticket to the dance. And once you get a ticket to the dance and you get hot, anything can happen. I think last year was testament to that.
No question.
Yeah, just like I predicted, you know, Joe Flacco would be the Super Bowl.
Yeah, where's your Tyrod Taylor jersey, huh, John? Huh? He's had a great preseason.
But you do. You have to play the games. I mean, Denver was going in as the #1 seed in the league and prohibitive favorite at home, a tough place to play, and it was brutally cold. And our you go there and you play and you execute some plays and you play 60 minutes of the game, and it worked out. And Flacco outperformed Brady again. And then you get there and anything can happen. Then the lights go out and they still can't stop.
I mean, Bruce, you know better than anybody in terms of sometimes it's just about getting in. And then at that point, the hottest team at that point. This may not have been the best Ravens team over the last couple of years. There were some other areas maybe in 2010, 2011 that they were a little bit stronger, certainly defensively.
Sure.
But, man, they get it done. They get hot at the right time.
Well, I think the situation now with the NFL is, as everybody in Park Avenue is selling hope, not only the people in Baltimore, the people in Arizona, St. Louis, wherever all these 32 teams are. And the fact of the matter is, when a team turns over 39% of its personnel league-wide, year in, year out, think about that, folks, in your own business or whatever. 39% league-wide, you have that in this organization with Steve Bisciotti and Dick Cass and Ozzie at the helm. They've been able to get to the 5 dances, and that's a pretty impressive record. And this year, I think, is going to be their hardest year yet because I think the AFC North has grown a little bit. I don't know about Cleveland, but certainly I'm really worried about Cincinnati. If they didn't have the owner they had, I would just be thinking Cincinnati could be on the verge. But that's what it's about now, and they're on that run for 6 straight times, which is going to be a daunting task.
No question about it. Just want to briefly recap the Super Bowl. The last we left the show last year, of course, we were leading into the game against the San Francisco 49ers, a very good team, the Harbaugh Bowl, as they were calling it, John versus Jim. And guys, just going back on my notes a little bit, one of the things that I had written down going back to last year was spread them out, get matchups with Bolden and Pitt on linebackers and safeties, and then add in shots to Torrey Smith and Jacoby Jones. I think Jim Caldwell took a page out of my notebook because that's exactly what happened.
I'm sure that was all the difference in the world.
Yeah, right.
I can't believe you're still here sitting with us. That's right. Must be this new set. Kept you here.
They flew him in just for this.
That's right.
No, but I think it's a good point with Jim Caldwell because the one thing you see with Joe Flacco under Jim Caldwell is that you got a guy now that's free to do what he wants to do. He's part of the game planning. He's part of the process. And Jim Caldwell wants his quarterback to let him know what he's comfortable with. He's taking the skill set of his quarterback and allowing him, calling a game plan that allows him to make the best use of his talents versus the Cam Cameron offense, which you took the system and made the guy stick into the system. And I think there's a big difference there. And I think we're seeing that so far during this preseason, Mike, with respect to Tyrod Taylor. It used to be that Tyrod ran the same plays as Joe Flacco. That's not the case anymore. He's developing a system that works best for Tyrod. So I think that was the biggest difference in that run. Joe was very comfortable, confident, and attacked. And I think that was the difference in that run down the playoff stretch.
Yeah, and made very few mistakes. Actually, he made no critical mistakes. So and you can't do that against the best teams in the league. So when you don't have penalties and you don't have turnovers, you give yourself a shot to win every time.
And let's go back to Tony's point, and I think what John Harbaugh said even the year before, Joe, you just got to let it go. You got to trust yourself. And as I said, along with John Garrick here, I used to watch Joe, and he had to have them open. He had to know that there was separation before he let the ball go. For his first 2 or 3 years, if they weren't open, he wasn't throwing it. And then Caldwell's mentality, because of working with Peyton, is let the receiver run the route, get the ball to where it's supposed to go. And in this league today, in this league in the 80s when I played, it's timing, and the receiver is supposed to go down 12 and come back, go down 14, come back to 12. I'm going to get you the ball there. And Joe finally got that. And I think it was Jim Caldwell and the fact just letting him know, and Joe wanting it. Remember, Tony, we talked about Joe wanting to be in control, that's what was the liberating fact for him. He said, you know what? I'm just going to let it go, and they're going to make plays. And look what Q did.
Well, Bruce, you've been in the league, around the league, played, and been around the league for a long time. I can't tell you of another Super Bowl team where they change out the offensive coordinator or a coordinator period, whether it be offense or defense, that late in the year, and yet still have the success, if not get better. It just usually doesn't happen like that, but you got to give a lot of credit to Caldwell. Didn't tweak a whole lot, but did enough, and certainly, Tony, as you talked about, played to the strengths, and boy, they really took off.
And I think it's opening that confidence, okay? I mean, Cam was a good man, he understood, but he was still treating Joe like the rookie and the second-year player. You remember, because I used to talk on the show all the time, what happened to Todd Heap? Well, when Joe first got into the league and he had to go with him, a rookie quarterback, Cam was going to protect his quarterback. That's his job as the offensive coordinator. You saw Todd Heap on the line of scrimmage and didn't go out for passes 50% of the time on offensive plays. Why? They were keeping him in the block to protect Joe so he wouldn't go through the Kyle Bowler, whatever mentality is, and get beat up. So now they got that thing going. They got Joe some confidence. Joe got upset a few times, and for you asking for more control, and give a lot of credit to Ozzie, Dick, and those guys because they pulled the plug on Cam, and usually that backfires. But you can tell the locker room was probably going, yeah, baby.
But that, that's when losing can affect change. I mean, if the Ravens were still eking out those wins as we did the first 9 games of the year last season, Cam could still be the offensive coordinator. So sometimes, and so credit to the organization for identifying the weakness and seeing that things were going down on the wrong track and making the change. And clearly, everyone was more comfortable.
And guys, I thought one of the big moves, because we saw in the postseason, that is Anquan Bolden have an unbelievable run of things. I thought what Jim Caldwell did really well is he got Jacoby Jones in the game more opposite Torrey Smith. That allowed Anquan Bolden to get in the slot. The year before, they bring in Lee Evans opposite Torrey Smith. He gets hurt, so Bolden has to go to the outside again. Bolden is a slot receiver. That's where he made his bones in Arizona with Larry Fitzgerald. Finally, when he got in the slot, because he's not a vertical guy, guys, he took off. He had an unbelievable run, and that was something I wish Cam had done earlier in the year.
Yeah, as a player that played a lot of nickel in that slot situation in my career through the 80s, you got a physical guy, and even if though you're physical, let's say you have those physical tools like Jimmy Smith, you're 6'2", you're 205, you muscle up. That's playing into his game. And he's so good at what he does and catches the ball so well. That's what Joe went. When he's there, throw the ball to him. Put it on the outside shoulder. Put it where he has a shot of making a play, and that's what he did down that playoff stretch.
And I think that's a good point, too, because I know a lot of people are upset about Anquan Bolden not being with the 2013 edition of the Ravens. And I think you just said it. You got to put the ball on the spot for the player to make a play. So let's give some credit to Joe, too.
All right, more of the Ravens Wrap Show coming your way next on Comcast Resorts and Residence Channel. Keep it here.
In April 1959, Art Wall won the Masters, edging out Carey Middlecoff and Arnold Palmer by finishing birdie, 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 par birdie. 1 month later, Ocean City Golf Club celebrated the opening of their first 18 holes. That course has been transformed now into one of the most scenic golf layouts on the East Coast. Come experience 36 of the most beautiful and challenging holes you'll find anywhere. Ocean City Golf Club in Ocean City, Maryland.
Welcome to the Comfort Inn Gold Coast. Conveniently located just 1 block from the beach and adjacent to shopping at the Gold Coast Mall and the movie theater. Newly renovated and open year-round with a marvelous bayfront view. Visit us on the web at comfortgoldcoast.com and see our hot deals and great golf packages, or simply call our direct reservation line to plan your stay.